everyone.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi there. My name's Katelyn. I am from AFS and I handle student chapters.
My name is Wallace. I am the Senior Technical Associate for AFS, and I work with research projects as well as the library.
Yeah, and we're here taking over the FEF page. Thank you to our friends at FEF to talk a little bit about this year's AFS FEF Student Research Competition. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit different in 2021 because this year's event will be held virtually.
Yeah, so we're just going to kind of go over some of the rules and presentation details for the project, and feel free to ask us any questions if you have any.
Yeah, this is an annual contest that a lot of you are probably familiar with that usually includes a live presentation at Metalcasting Congress. This year's will still take place during Metalcasting Congress, but since we are having a virtual Metalcasting Congress, we're going to have our presentations pre-recorded on PowerPoint. So it's just a little bit different. You won't have that live interaction that you normally do. But we're trying to, introduce something a little bit different this year.
Yeah, so just a little bit of heads up. The Metalcasting Congress is April 12th through the 22nd. Again, it is going to be virtual. So how we're going to be doing this is we're going to have you submit your presentation with a voiceover. We would like it to be approximately 10 minutes long and include your abstract and introduction, your testing methodologies, your results, your conclusion, as well as any references you might have needed to start the project overall.
Yeah, and just to reiterate, if you are a current student member of AFS, you get free registration to this year's Congress, even though it's online. So if you're a student member, you've already got your membership with us. If you just follow the registration button at metalcastingcongress.org, you click that, it should go through as a free registration. If not, give us an email at customerservice@afsinc.org and we'll put it through for you. But being an AFS member and a registered member of FEF is one of the requirements to take part in this competition. So we're making it really easy. You know, anyone who is eligible for this competition will get a free admission, so to speak, a free digital pass into Congress. We're going to have the same number of educational sessions and technical and management stuff, research stuff. All of that is happening the same way it always does. So if you've gone to an in-person Congress in the past, you'll recognize a lot of it and a lot of the names and the types of presentations. It's just going to be held digitally on the Six Connects web platform, which we'll also be using to present your research if you enter.
And if you, speaking of student memberships, if you are not yet an AFS student member, it is only $20, and you are able to find a subscription or a membership form on our AFS website. It's very easy to fill out, and then also with that, you're not only going to be able to gain access to the Metalcasting Congress, but you're also going to be able to access our AFS library as well. So it's a really good benefit to have. Again, it's only $20, and if you are going to be graduating here this year, you will actually be able to get a 1-year free AFS membership after graduating from your university.
Right. So it's really worth it. It's a cool thing, and yeah, we hope you all join. So I guess we'll start just with a little bit of background about what kinds of research you present. Bo, you are the expert in this, having taken part in it as a student yourself. So just give like a little bit of background, I guess, on who's eligible. Like, if I'm a grad student, can I enter?
Unfortunately, no. This is a competition solely for undergraduates. And, again, there's a lot of scholarship opportunities involved with this. FEF has put up approximately $2,000 worth of scholarships to those who enter. And pretty much, yeah, so what you're going to be wanting to do, I know a lot of people do undergraduate senior projects. This is a good place to start. And then what you can do is then submit your presentation to us, and then it will be judged by a few other people over the course of the Congress. And then we will announce the winners. And then when we do figure out a winner, which I'm sure will be hard to do this year with all the great projects that are going to be going on, the winner will be then doing a webinar for AFS or FEF or both, just to kind of show all the hard work you guys put in.
And the winner also gets featured in the International Journal of Metalcasting.
Oh, I did not know that. That is
yes.
great.
Yes.
That is a great opportunity.
Yeah. Okay, so you have to be an undergrad, you have to be a registered FEF student and an AFS student. What is the format for actually presenting something?
So if you go to the AFS website, or I believe FEF has sent out a form kind of to show all the regulations and qualifications and necessary details, there is a template online for a PowerPoint presentation. If you just download that, you can then begin working on that overall and then putting all your information on there. And then what you need to do prior to that, though I would recommend this, is submitting an abstract of what your project's going to be over. And you can find that it's going to be through a SurveyMonkey. You can find that on the AFS website as well. So if you submit your abstract before February 26th, they are due by February 26th, I should say. And then we can get you the templates overall. You can download them off of the website or reach out to me, Bill Wallace, or bwallace@afsinc.org. And I can also get you the template there.
I'm going to repeat that. It's bwallace@afsinc.org, not Bo Wallace.
Correct. And then we do need a proof of your presentation no later than Friday, March 12th. This way we'll be able to see and make sure everything's in order. And also, we're going to hopefully get a lot of submissions overall, so we're going to be able to manage those by that time. And then we'll get those involved with the Congress platform as it gets a little closer.
So, Bo, do I have to be an individual student presenting individual research, or can I be part of a group?
That's a great question. And you can do either or. We do encourage, group presentations are always fun, kind of takes away some of the stress from just having to do this whole thing by yourself. Because again, you are going to have to do a voiceover for the presentation. And so if you do with a group, it might take a little bit of stress off your shoulders. Otherwise, if you do it individually, that's completely fine. And whatever route you guys would like to take.
So you're talking about the voiceover. How do I do that if I've got this metalcasting project research to show?
So after you go through and create your presentation overall, you can actually go to, there will be an area where you can do a voiceover in PowerPoint. And then what you'll just do is kind of play the slideshow as is, and then almost like you're presenting in person. And then you will do the voice recording over that, and then that will be your presentation.
Yeah, if you've never used PowerPoint to record a voiceover, it's very easy. It's really intuitive. Obviously, your device needs a microphone, but we do not require you to keep your camera on. So whether or not you have a good camera isn't going to affect it. You just need to go through each of your slides and present it, frankly, just like you would if you were in person, in the convention center, where you go through and you say, here's my intro, testing methodology, results, etc. So, and like Bo said, about 10 minutes probably is to be expected. Yeah. Okay. So what if I've presented this research somewhere else prior to or simultaneously to entering this competition? Can I still enter?
Oh, but of course, we not only encourage that, we want you to be able to show off your work in multiple areas. So, you've been working on this project for X amount of months. You put a lot of work into it. Why not show it off? So not only are you allowed to present this at other areas and then submit it to us for the competition, but we also encourage that. So
something that just occurred to me that we haven't actually addressed is that the name of this competition has changed. So if you're wondering what happened to the student poster contest, this is the same thing. We've just updated the terminology to better reflect how this one will work. There's no poster. It's a digital presentation.
Correct. Yes.
Right. So let's talk a little bit about the scholarship. You mentioned that there is a scholarship, and how does that work if I'm working like in a team of 2 or 3 people?
That's a great question. I'm sure if you are working in a team, there is only a set amount of money that you'll receive as a scholarship, and I'm sure you'd want to split that up between your teammates. But not only that, but if it is an individual one, then you get to keep that lump sum yourself. But don't let that discourage you from working together as a group. Money's great right now, especially with the current situation. We would still encourage doing it in groups, but if you do feel comfortable doing enough as an individual, that's more than welcome as well.
So you said something about how the abstracts and the names of the presenters and everything are due February 26th. When is the actual presentation proof due to us?
So we need the proof again no later than Friday, March 12th. So that is, just a couple months or next month.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
believe it
next
or not.
month. Yeah.
So what am I going to be judged on if I enter my research project?
That's a great question, Katelyn. And so the judging criteria will essentially be technical content, your results and everything that are coming in, relevance and the applicability of the research in the metalcasting industry, as well as, we want original ideas, so innovation within the metalcasting industry. We don't want you just to take a presentation that might have been done a few years ago, kind of update it a little bit to anything that you might have found. We want it to be, original, and as well as your overall presentation, similar to how your classes are. If you've ever done a speaking course or even presented a technical, presentation to your peers, you might be graded on how your presentation flows, how, if you're doing a lot of ums or uhs, just basic stuff like that.
So where will this actually exist in cyberspace? Like I've done this project. I think it's really great. I submit it. You guys get the proof. Where does it exist in Metalcasting Congress, since it's not an in-person event this year?
Yeah, so once we receive your actual presentations and everything, what we will do is we will gather them and put them into our 6Connect system. And there's going to be a portal available once the Congress is live that you can go in and not only view yours, but your peers, and then other people can come in and see your presentations as well. There is a set amount of judges, so it's not going to be open judging to the public, but everybody will be able to see your stuff. So it's going to be a fun process overall.
And the judges, we should be clear, are all industry pros. They're all experts, and they'll be judging you on the quality of the research.
Correct. Yes.
Right. Anything else, Bill?
I think that's all we really have, but if anybody has any questions, feel free to reach out to us.
And where can they reach out again?
At bwallace@afsinc.org
or Stanek, Kstanek at afsinc.org. We're also going to post a link to the application in the comments and everywhere else that we can. Like Bo said, you can go to afsinc.org. Just in the search bar, enter student research competition, and it'll pop up. You will be able to download your template. You'll be able to get the link to the application. You'll see a more complete rundown of things like judging criteria and what slides you need to complete and all of that. And the template actually is pretty self-explanatory too, and it's got some instructions in there. So if you download the template, you read the instructions and you're still not clear, please do not hesitate to reach out to anyone at AFS or FEF. But you should probably start with one of us.
Yes.
Bo's your guy, really, because I'll just forward your question to Bo. I'll be honest.
Well, then you can be the middleman.
I'll be the middleman. I'm happy to press that forward arrow.
But if anybody does have any questions, we do have a couple minutes left. If anybody wants to put any sort of questions into the box while we're live, we can answer those. And you know what? If you have a couple questions, somebody else might have the same ones, and they might be, a little uncertain on whether to type them in now. So you might be actually doing other people a favor. So we'll just stay online for a couple more minutes and see if any questions come in.
We'll just stare awkwardly from this office. No. Okay, I don't think there's any questions coming in. I don't see any typing. So do you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap it up. So thank you for everyone for joining us today. We really appreciate it. Again, get your abstract submissions in no later than February 26th. And hope everybody has a great day and a great weekend.
And thank you to FEF for letting us take over your feed for a while. We appreciate it. Right. Bye.
Bye. Take care, everyone.